Hello, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Xperience Sports. I'm your host, Babana, and today I have here with me two gentlemen.
Amen.
And
Sonny.
okay, so basically today we want to talk about the EPL title race. That's between which we now know is between Manchester City and then Arsenal, with Arsenal currently on top of the league with 75 points, and then followed by City. We still have some games in hand. So today, basically, we'll do the discussions on the league title race, the top four, and then the battle for relegation, which happens to be the most interesting part of the season right now, the battle for relegation. So I'll start with Sonny. What's your take on the current uh, dip in form, like Arsenal, the Arsenal team?
Well, I don't know if I should say dropping, vital points in their last three games is
Yes.
going to affect them because you see, City is putting pressure on them. They are winning their games, and you at this point, City, Arsenal can't afford to lose. If I think the last time they won the Premier League was in 2004. Okay,
Yes.
so waiting for I think 19 years to um to drop this point at this moment is very unfortunate for them. And to me, I feel Man City is going to at the end win the title.
But their last game against Southampton at home, did it surprise you?
um well, it surprised me because Southampton is at the bottom of the league table
Yes,
and
everybody expected them
Arsenal
to.
is on top, and they previously had dropped vital points in their last two games. And
Yes.
at this point, you can't afford to be dropping points. You have to take all the points. You
But
get it?
what do you think the coach is doing, or probably the team? Are they down like more the
Well,
momentum?
well, like I said earlier, you see, City is putting pressure on them, and City is winning all their games. But with Arsenal, you can see, I don't know if it's because they are feeling so much pressure at the moment that is causing them not to even pick up every point available to them. You can't really tell, but
Okay.
and then I feel like City is going to win it.
You think City is going to
Oh, they are
win?
going
We'll
to win
come
it.
there. We'll come there. Okay, what of you, Kwame?
I agree with Sonny's take with the with regards to Arsenal losing form and the fact that you can't afford to lose form, especially at this stage of the season, where and if you have intentions of winning the league, this is not the time to be losing points. Also, I feel it's a bit of a mental, a
You
mentality
think they are
issue.
drilled mentally? There's
Slightly,
so much pressure on them.
it's a work in progress, but it's not there yet. As we saw last season, they also had something to fight for last season. The top four ended up dropping points, unnecessary points to Southampton. The same Southampton,
Yes.
Brighton, ended up losing to Tottenham, and that was it. They ended up finishing fifth and playing the Europa
The
League this
Europa League.
season. I feel it's repeating itself, but then would see what happens when Man City play Arsenal this week.
Yes. So I was coming to that. I think that's the biggest fixture of the week right
The
now.
the ti-
Everybody's talking about that.
Yeah, it's a
Do you
must
think
win.
do you think it's a title decider?
For me, I think it is because it's a must win for both
So anybody who
teams.
wins that will
Yes,
eventually win the
yes,
title.
because
You are all agree.
Yeah,
not necessarily, but I still feel it's a must win for
Because
Arsenal.
I think Arsenal
Though,
have about
because
6 games to go.
yes, and
Whereas City have 8.
Arsenal have tougher games than Man City because
What makes you think
no,
they have
no.
to fight?
you are
City.
playing City, then you play how do you call it? I think
They will go
Chelsea.
to
No,
St.
Chelsea.
James. Yes, they'll go to Chelsea.
Chelsea, then
Before
they'll
St.
play
James.
Newcastle, then you
Yes.
play Brighton.
Chelsea at
These
home.
teams, yes, these teams are teams that are in form. Like with regards to Chelsea, but still is a big team.
Yes.
And these teams are also equally good. So dropping points, you can't afford to drop points against these teams, although they are very good. And it won't be that easy to pick
Yes.
up all the
Yes.
points from these
Yes.
teams.
Yes.
You get it? Compared
It's
to and you are playing City this week.
Kwame, do you also agree with me?
I agree. It's let me just give the boxing analogy. Normally, you would see in some matches where one boxer throws a punch, he misses, and then he gets hit one. He's not knocked out yet,
Yes.
but he's dazed and in the corner. That particular boxer in this instance is Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Those three matches where they drop points are not necessarily the knockout punch, but it's getting there. The knockout punch, if they lose to
Manchester City
to Man City,
tomorrow.
that will be the knockout
That will
punch.
be the knockout. The final blow.
That will be the final blow, because I don't see any way back if Arsenal lose at the Etihad.
They've already lost 2 games. I mean,
But I
earlier
think
against
City have a lot of games, and City are still in
Yes,
3
every
competitions.
competition.
Yes,
FA
but
Cup, Champions League, and then also fighting for the league.
well, I would consider 2, because the FA Cup will be at the end of the season.
Yes, that's on 3rd June.
Mhm. As well, and besides that, this has been the case since Sporting Lisbon eliminated Arsenal from the Europa League. So we can't suddenly fall on that and say, oh, they have to play 3 games in 1 week, as if it's a very new development. It's been happening. It's been so for about a month now. So I won't consider that as
So you think
see as an
City's
advantage.
calendar wouldn't have any
It won't
effect
have
on the
an
title
effect.
race?
No.
You look at City's team. They're a very good team. I mean, even looking at their bench and all
Yes,
that.
you have
they-
some-
and-
Calvin Phillips is still on the bench. He's not even playing.
They are not having any injury problems too at the moment. So you can see, even if they should fill the second bench, I mean, a second team like with the bench, they could still
We're talking
compete.
about the likes of Foden on the bench,
Foden,
Calvin Phillips,
Phillips, so
sometimes
many good players.
Mahrez. Oh, come on.
So we can all attest the fact that City have a advantage over
When it comes to
over-
squad depth.
Yes,
over
over squad
Arsenal.
depth over Arsenal, and at this point, like the season is almost ended, so they are not going to drop that point, like giving it away to Arsenal.
Okay, thank you very much. So moving away from that, then we come to the race for top 4, which I think is one of the most interesting parts of the season right now.
Oh yes,
The
I
race
know.
for top 4.
For Arsenal and Manchester City, they are okay. They are
So
good.
you think their slot is confirmed?
Yes. And for Newcastle and Manchester United, I think Manchester United needs to win against Tottenham to cement it, because if you win against Tottenham, you are leading them 9 points with 2 games in hand.
Yes.
With 2 games in hand. Okay, so a win against Tottenham cements it for me. A win against
So for
Tottenham.
United, their next game is with Tottenham.
Yeah, with
Like,
Tottenham.
this-
And
this may
if
be
United should win against Tottenham, that
you think
becomes,
that's it for
yes,
United?
because that becomes 9 points difference.
difference
With a 2 game
in hand.
in hand.
So you
You
think
get it.
United? So you are going for Man City,
Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle United.
Newcastle.
Then
United.
Manchester United. These 4
You
clubs.
don't give Brighton a chance.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Kwame.
Well, in my opinion, the predictions for the top 4, I share the same prediction.
Okay.
But then what I disagree with Sonny is the part. I don't think the Tottenham game cements United.
That's qualification today.
More
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it eliminates Tottenham if United win. It's more like eliminates them. I think the main test will be they have Aston Villa next after Tottenham.
Yes.
That will be the main, because Aston Villa are a team on the up. They
Yes.
they've only dropped points for the first time in 7 games.
games.
They beat Newcastle 3-0. That to me will be the bigger test, because if they drop points against Villa, then Villa comes up, Brighton will come up, maybe Tottenham if they recover from whatever happens on
But
Thursday.
nobody's talking about Liverpool.
Liverpool, yes, they are doing well. They are on the up, but
Don't
then
you think
I
Liverpool
feel-
can have that last?
I feel
push
they'll try.
battle
They'll
for
try
top?
and push, but they'll just fall short.
You don't see them
I
making it.
know they are too far behind, and
Things
there are
about
some games,
9 points.
but then
from
United
the
have
top.
United and Newcastle have games
Games
in
in
hand.
hand.
So,
Even Brighton have played
Mhm.
lesser games.
So-
About 29
I
games.
think Liverpool have a game in hand.
Just a game in hand.
Just a game in hand.
so I think what happened earlier in the season would be enough of an impediment for them to enter the top 4. I
The
think
damage has already been done.
it has already been done. So I would say they'll fall just short, make it to the Europa League, and then
And that's it. Sonny, what of you? Don't see Liverpool.
Oh, I don't think so. Like, I already stand by what I said earlier, that Man City, Arsenal, United, Newcastle.
So no Liverpool.
No Liverpool.
No Chelsea.
No, they are far behind. They are far behind.
but I would like to, in fact, even to add those going to the Europa League, 5th, 6th. I think I'll predict Brighton and Liverpool to go through.
Brighton, Liverpool.
Yes. Then Villa to go to the Conference
Conference
League.
League.
Tottenham, forget them. They won't.
No European
No
competition.
European football for them.
But I think that would be best for them.
They are on. Not necessarily.
So
If
that they can rebuild.
no Europe means Hurricane is going.
But
Oh no, but Hurricane has been
Hurricane has been
there.
there. We don't know what he's still
No,
looking
but then
for in the
this-
team. But he's
I don't think if Tottenham without European football, I don't think Hurricane would this time stay. I don't think so.
So you think if there's no European
No
football,
Europe,
Hurricane,
Hurricane is
Oh.
emigrating out of Tottenham somewhere
We'll
else.
come back to this sometime
Oh,
in
don't
the near
worry.
future.
Don't worry.
We'll talk about it when it
I
happens.
mean, Tottenham wants to build him a statue, so he might.
We'll talk about this
Oh, but they can go ahead and build him a statue. I mean, highest top scorer in the club's history.
with no
They have-
trophies to show.
Oh, it doesn't really matter for them. I mean, highest
Oh,
top
it
scorer in the
matters.
club's history. They can put a statue as tall as Hoyhon.
It still wouldn't get them a trophy because he has been superb over
I
the
mean,
years.
yes,
and
he's-
yet with nothing to show,
Well,
and he's still comfortable.
that is his prerogative. City had no striker. They offered excess of 100 million. He didn't push enough. He stayed.
And they got Haaland,
Uh-huh.
the robot monster.
As for him,
The goal
he's
machine.
not.
Okay, so apart from that, the battle for relegation, another sweet battle.
Very tight.
It's
Very
currently
tight.
getting tough.
But Southampton is already relegated. I know for that. They are going.
You sure?
Are you sure, Sonny?
You sure about that?
Because I don't think they will be able to. Because you are leading Arsenal by 3-1, and
But it was at the Emirates.
No, but
and
it
then,
was at the Emirates. But then the game was almost over. I think just
but
a
it's
minute.
not over.
No,
until
but
it's
then
over.
it's-
even 1 minute in
Yeah,
football
I mean-
is like a lot of time.
No, they could have. I don't even know what happened, and they lost. I mean, they played a draw to Arsenal.
I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason why
Because
they are.
the
There's a reason why.
Arsenal's second goal came, I think, 89th, if I'm right.
Yes.
Around that
the
time.
88th minute.
Yes, and they had another opportunity to score to make it 3-3.
3-3.
Well,
If they had hanged on, I think they would have.
But it's
been
not
a-
easy to do that in the EPL. Or don't you agree with me?
Well,
Kwame?
there's a reason they are where they are. I'm sure when Arsenal scored the second goal, the belief,
and the momentum.
then
I think.
they were like, okay, 89th minute, the worst that we'll get is a draw, and a point at this stage, with how congested the table is, every point is valuable. We're like, okay, as long as we're not going to lose, we're going to be happy with 3-3. That is how I see it.
That's
And
how it-
for me, I think Southampton will go with Leicester. And, yeah, with Leicester.
So you
And
see
Nottingham-
Leicester getting relegated.
Le-
Yes,
Leicester.
because this season they've not been good. Like they've been so poor.
But
Nah.
we still have some games more to go. They can get.
Yes, and I think Nottingham Forest. These are my three teams that I feel will end up getting relegated. Southampton.
I
Leicester,
I
Nottingham Forest.
disagree with the Leicester one.
Okay.
Because it's always been said, to avoid relegation, you must play better than 3 teams. And I feel that Leicester are playing better than... I can name about 4 teams Leicester are doing better than right now.
Okay.
The obvious ones, Southampton, they are... I mean, maybe... They are not mathematically out, but they might be cut adrift very soon. So that's 1. 2, Leeds United. Those people, they've only
But
kept
Leeds is
a-
above Leicester.
Yes, for now.
For now.
No,
No, but then-
it's on goal difference. I think they're all on 28
I
points.
mean-
No, I think a point.
No, a point, yes.
I mean, Leeds.
It's nothing.
But then the problem is with Leeds. 1, they can't catch a win. They can't get clean sheets. They're a team that concedes with regularity. And Leicester, well, if what I saw against City is anything to go by, well, you might say, oh, they started performing when City scored 3-0 and the game was over, blah, 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 blah. But then, if the City match is anything to go by, I do not think Leicester would be that bad. I mean, we saw them against Wolves. They came back and they have that belief
that
and
mentality.
that mentality. Leeds, we saw them against Crystal Palace. Leeds scored first and conceded 5 goals.
Yes.
That team is not, and they ended up hiring was Harvey Gracia, another.
Another person who doesn't like to defend
I
at
mean,
the back.
defending is not part of
Yes,
it.
he loves to enjoy the
I
game.
mean, somebody who can turn up at the Etihad with Watford concede 5 goals, and still play attacking without as if it's 1-0 down. Ended up conceding 8. Oh man, forget. There's no.
So you think?
So the 3 teams that I think are going down, Southampton, Leeds, and it's going to be very hard. Either Forest or Bournemouth.
Southampton, Leeds, Forest, or Bournemouth. So between Forest and Bournemouth, you think one of them will stay? Okay. Sonny.
But then, surprisingly,
I told you earlier, like Southampton, Leicester, and Nottingham Forest.
But wait, why not? Why Leicester and not even Everton? Why not?
Because you can see Everton are trying to pick up their points now
No, but
to escape that route.
But
Leicester, they keep dropping points all the time. Like
no, but
other games.
Everton. I mean, if Leicester, they have more goals in them than Everton.
But I think Leicester is going away to Leeds this midweek.
Bro.
Yeah.
But I see them winning that game.
That game is going to be quite. I don't see it being low scoring because both of them,
They don't
their
like to
defense
defend
is
at
not.
the back, yes.
Not that they don't like to defend. At least Leicester, if they put the tactics to it, the mentality to it, they can defend. But then the defense is not good. I mean, Wout Faith and Harry Suter. In my opinion, the reincarnation of David Luiz and Maguire. The two of them are not.
So the
They are
Maguire
not-
effect. But please
On the
mind you,
other hand-
Maguire was a superb player before he went to United. And he was a former Leicester player.
I
so
mean,
he was part of the title winning team.
I mean, no, it wasn't.
No, Maguire was Morgan. It was Morgan.
But then, it doesn't really matter. You can perform very well in a so-called smaller team when you get to a bigger club.
You
I
think
mean,
Leicester is a small team?
compared to United, they are
Oh,
smaller.
compared to we don't compare them to United.
No, that's what I'm saying.
In their own
Let-
right, they are also a big
Yes.
team
I mean,
because they came from relegation to win the league.
and
So
if Sonny's prediction is correct, which I don't believe it will, they are going back.
they are going back. So you think Leicester?
Leicester are going to be safe.
They are going to be safe.
Quite comfortably. It won't shock me if they join West Ham and Wolves in the 13, 14, 15 there. It won't shock me.
That's a bold prediction. We hope it comes past because I don't also want to see Leicester getting relegated.
The season is ending next month.
After all they've been through,
It will be.
I don't want to see. It will be very
No,
hard on them.
it will be painful to see a team win the league and get relegated within 5 years.
No, it will be very hard on them.
No, but this season we can't say that Leicester hasn't really performed so much. They've been disappointing.
Well,
like
the problem
before.
I see it to be you sold Schmeichel and you didn't get a replacement. That's how I see it. So much instability
But the same
in
too
the
hasn't
team.
been consistent. Like
I
as
mean,
its best
okay.
and
But
all
they'll
that.
do
So
enough to stay up. So
We hope. We wish them all the best, and also the battle for the top 4. We'll see how it unearths within the week, and then hopefully we'll come and then talk about it the next time we come. Okay, so moving away from that, let's talk about the upcoming games this midweek. That's I think game week 33 with the line of fixtures. I want to hear your predictions as to who do you think will win a particular game. So let's start from the first game. I think the first game is between Crystal Palace and then Wolves. Wolves playing at home.
okay, I think my safe money here, if I'm to, well, I don't encourage bet, but if I'm to bet on this game, I'll say probably a draw
A draw.
because both teams will probably cancel out. Crystal Palace, what's the name? New manager bounce are sort of one off, and Wolves as usual. I don't see them scoring too many goals. So
Okay, so you're going for
a
a
draw
draw.
in this one.
Sonny, what of you?
Well, since Roy Hodgson got on track with Crystal Palace, they've been impressive. So I feel it will be difficult for Wolves to beat them. Although Wolves is playing at home, but I feel it will be a win or draw for Crystal Palace.
Win or draw for Crystal
Yeah.
Palace. Okay, and the next game is Aston Villa and then Fulham. Aston Villa playing at home.
They are on form. Aston Villa on
Red hot form.
serious form. I mean, it took them they won 5 games and ended up jumping from 11 to 6. It's serious. But then with this particular game, I see them as strong favorites because Fulham are still handicapped. There's no Mitrovic. Yes, Willian has returned, but
Still don't see them troubling
Attack
the.
wise, I don't see them troubling Villa. I see them. I
Okay.
see Villa winning this game.
So you are going for Villa.
Yeah, I feel Aston Villa is going to win this game because I mean, form is out with is it Kuzawa,
Yes.
then and Mitrovic. Mitrovic has a red card. Okay, so and like you were saying, Aston Villa has been impressive. They've been in top form, like playing the best football
Yes.
of their season. I mean, so definitely Aston Villa is going to win the match.
We've seen the reincarnation of Oli Watkins.
Oh yes,
So-
scoring in I think almost every game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coached
Doing
under
brilliant,
the
yes.
Emery, right?
Yeah. And then we go to Nottingham Forest versus Brighton. Nottingham at home to Brighton.
Well, Nottingham Forest, they've been on a, let me see, is it 10 games? 10-game run without winning
Mm.
some long. I mean, they are playing at home, yes, but then their home form has tailed off. And then now you're going up against a Brighton team that I see will be very wounded from the FA Cup semi-final
Yes, that
defeat
disappointment.
and would want to at least get into the. They would at least want to get into Europe. I don't see them minding too much.
So you are
which
going
for
with
the-
Brighton.
It will be. Well, I might be wrong. It will be close, but Brighton will win.
You are betting on Brighton.
Well, Nottingham Forest is fighting for relegation, right? I mean, to get out of relegation, but Brighton will come up on top
I'm
because
also going for Brighton.
yeah.
Then we have Liverpool, West Ham. West Ham playing at home.
Boy, this game. West Ham did very well last time out. They went to Bournemouth away, won 4-0,
4-0.
which I was very shocked because Bournemouth were
I was
supposed
also
to-
surprised myself.
Bournemouth was supposed to be like the very strong team, the form team in the bottom like bottom 5, bottom 6.
The relegation battle.
They ended up losing 4-0. But West Ham, patchy form. They can win big today and end up losing big. Liverpool, on the other hand, they're on. I was about to. I was going to say red hot form, but then after what I saw against Nottingham Forest last time, out,
Conceding
even
2
at
goals.
Anfield, and we're very close to dropping points. It will be more difficult than people think. So Liverpool win or draw.
Okay, Liverpool. Sonny.
Oh, I think Liverpool is going to win the game.
Okay. Then Chelsea, Brentford.
Oh boy. Chelsea playing at home is a derby. Chelsea win or draw.
Chelsea win or draw. Sonny.
Well, I tip Chelsea to win their first game under
Under
Lampard's second
Lampard.
reign.
The return of Lampard.
Yes.
Okay. Then we go to the biggest game of the week. That's Manchester City and then Arsenal. City playing at the Etihad.
The decider.
Why is everybody calling that game the title decider?
I mean that's well, it is a decider though, although it's not.
Okay, so what's your prediction for that game?
I'll go for a close City win.
Okay, maybe
1 or
2-1
2-0.
or 2-0.
None of them are going. Neither team are going to win by, let's say, 4-0. I'll be very shocked if that happens. The problem with us now is there'll be no Saliba. That will affect the defense, and Granit Xhaka also got injured. I heard. So it's
Okay.
the team is weakened basically.
Okay.
Well-
So you are going for City.
City win.
Okay.
So
So
for me, yes, obviously City, and they've already won 2 games against Arsenal this season.
yes.
And yes, Arsenal is without Saliba, but Saliba is in prime Maldini or something.
Oh, no, but then when he was there, at least he could like.
It was one of the backbone
no,
of their
no.
defense.
It's like Martinez or Varane getting injured for United, Van Dijk getting injured for Liverpool, Ruben Diaz for City, Thiago Silva for Chelsea. I mean, he's their most important thing.
Okay.
I still think City will end up.
Well, either way,
Okay. So you are going for City.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on from that game, another blockbuster game of the week is Manchester United and then Tottenham Hotspur.
this match will be very. It's quite tricky in the sense that Tottenham have changed managers.
The third man.
They brought in an interim, the first team in world football to do that. But then people say, "Oh, new manager bounce." This Tottenham team looks very, very down on confidence. The
You don't
6-1.
see Mason raising that morale.
No, I don't see it. I'll be very surprised if United don't win this one.
Okay, so you are going for United.
Man United win.
Okay. Sonny.
Coming into this game, honestly, there are so many points to look out. I mean, like to influence this game because Tottenham lost to Newcastle over the weekend, 6-1, heavy defeat. 5 goals coming in under 20 minutes. They're looking to bounce back, change their coach. I mean, United too are looking to open a gap for the Champions League qualification. So there are so many points that would probably influence this game,
Yes.
and I feel like it would be a draw or win for Manchester United.
A draw, a win for Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester
And the last game is the Southampton and then Bournemouth. A quick one before we go.
Southampton, Bournemouth at St. Mary's, right?
Yes.
Well, Bournemouth's are not particularly, not too good. They are better at home than away. Southampton are fighting for their lives. I think it would be a Southampton win.
So you are going for Southampton. Sonny.
Well, that game, I think I'll prefer. I think Bournemouth will come up against Southampton.
Okay, so you're also going for Bournemouth.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll see what happens, and then we'll be here to talk about it and see how true our predictions come. Okay, so thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you guys next time for our next session. Okay, so thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you guys next time around.
Sure,
So viewers, all too soon, we've come to the end of today's episode. We hope to see you guys next week. Kindly like, subscribe, and share our page. If you have any comments, you can drop them in the comment box. And also, we want to also thank some of our sponsors, Faonze, and also Black Diamond Entertainment. Keep sponsoring us, and then we'll get you the best content we can. Peace.